Alrighty then, Successful Indie Author 5-Minute Focus, episode 386, The Five Senses, or Full Sensory Immersion. I am in a hotel room in Colorado Springs at present, but let's see if we can get this thing done. The Five Senses. This helps bring three-dimensionality to your stories. You immerse the reader, full immersion for the reader, so you tap into those senses. Do you have to use them in every scene? No, that would be cumbersome. It tasted like this. It looked like this. He saw X, and then he heard this, and then this wafted through his nostrils. And now that would get cumbersome. But how do you include them in the scenes? The conjunction mixed metaphor approach of it tasted bitter like defeat. Defeat is something that you can't taste, but you can, because you can feel it right there. While eating his ice cream, all he could taste was the bitter defeat. Love bitter defeat. Even though I don't use it a whole lot, still understand that you can mix those things around, and now you've added a taste to a feeling, to deliver an emotion. And all of it is about that emotional response, because everybody knows the bad smells. Everybody knows the sound of a cat getting ready to puke at 3 in the morning. You see it, you vault out of bed because you know what it means. What emotions does that evoke? What kind of feelings? What kind of visuals goes into the reader's mind? How can you describe taste? Taste is something that's very individual, and especially as we learned in COVID, you might not have any taste at all. So how do you describe taste? Relate it. And that's the conjunction like, also as. This tasted as good as any chocolate bar I've ever had. I like sea salt on my chocolate. Okay. You've added that. You've added it in a way that it relates to the character, but the reader can also relate. And hopefully everybody likes chocolate. They should, for Pete's sake. Hang on, it's really dry here. So taste, relating it, or it burned my tongue, something like that. Is it hot? Is it burned your tongue because it was too salty? What happened? And that's shaping that scene and delivering a taste as an experience for the reader. What about smell? Everybody with children knows that smell when when they first start eating hard food. Isn't that delightful? Or the smell of roses. In one of my books, The Green Door of Fate, in the middle of a scene, I just add a new paragraph with, and the smell of sandalwood wafted by, or the scent of sandalwood wafted by. What I was trying to do, that element in there, because I do it in a couple places, and that's it. It's just out of the blue, and then it was gone. It's about one of the interns and the innocence and naivete of young love. So that's those couple things. Put those in there. Sandalwood. Okay, isn't that pleasant? It shouldn't be here because we're on a different planet. But how did that come about? Why is that? So anyway, that's how I threw it in there. Describe what you see without using passive voice. This is a challenge because a lot of people will just get in there and will describe something. The corridor was 10 meters long, 3 meters wide, and 3 meters tall. And we all learned this during our Dungeons and Dragons days. Because the DM, the dungeon master, now the game master, describes things very, very passively. And you can see that in old game masters and how they write, that it's passive, passive, passive. And making it the character sees this, now that's not much better. Because we're not looking through the character's eyes unless it's first person. And if it's first person, I liked how I liked the sunrise and how the colors burst over the horizon. Cool. Good enough. Gives you the visual. The trying to make it so it's active voice. Make it about the sunrise. Don't make it about the character seeing the sunrise. No kidding. The character's going to see the sunrise because he's facing east. Unless you're in Alaska, then you face south to see the sunrise in the winter. And bring that to life without saying, and the sun rose. That's pretty cool. It might drag the reader down. Depends how you're setting up the scene. Make the sunrise something spectacular. The colors burst over the horizon in a riot of light and sound. The sound of silence. How does a sunrise have sound? Can you hear it? You might relate it to birds chirping, birds singing, birds welcoming the sun, insects coming to life. All of those things that relate and help shape the scene and bring the reader a better and more immersive experience. This is what you're going for. I have no idea how long I've been talking. It's probably been too long, just meandering. But think about it. Read with intent. When you're reading your next book, look for how they work in those senses. How do they work the senses into the scenes? And say, hey, you like it or you don't. And if you don't like it, or if something doesn't seem right, find a better way to do it. And that's how you write better books. All right. Peace, fellas.